All right. Let's get started. So, I'm going to start with a really hard-hitting question. What is your name? Where are you from? And where are you right now?
My name is Mateus. I'm originally from Brazil and I'm in Wisconsin right now.
Love that.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
And then, where did you start the Camino and where did you finish?
I started the Camino in Saint Jean and then I finished in Santiago.
But did you do the extra? Did you do Finistera and Muxia and all that stuff?
No, no, I did not.
Okay. Did you want to?
I planned on it, but I was with some buddies and they wanted to have some other plans, so I got plenty of time to do it again.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's so funny. A lot of us are like that because I was like, it was a big plan of mine to do Finistère, and
Hmm.
then I didn't. And then I decided to like go travel instead. So I ended up traveling to different places. So that was fun. Okay. So was this your first time? I'm like, you're just moving through the mountains. Um, was this your first time doing the Camino? Like ever interacting with the Camino?
Yeah, it was. My dad was the one who convinced me to start it. He's done it twice now.
Okay.
So yeah, it was my first time.
But did your dad do the Camino Frances or did he do the Portuguese?
He did both the French way and the Portuguese way.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, because you actually started with your dad. That's something interesting I did want to mention. When I first interacted with you, you were with your dad. And then after I saw you, you were not with your dad. So I think he went back home or something.
Yeah, so he just wanted to walk with me for a little bit, but he wanted me to have like my own experience and figure it out on my own. So he just left after a week.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
good.
yeah, that's sweet. Okay. So now that was your first time and you did do the French way, right? Would you do it again?
100%, yeah.
The same way, or would you're like, oh, I have to do a different way now?
I would do the same way. I actually planned I wanted to do like the different ways to go on the same route. So like I want to bike it, I wanted to jog it. Instead
Okay.
of walking all day, I'll just have like a camelback or something and I just jog the whole day and
You
rinse and
could do
repeat.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
totally, totally.
I definitely I thought about it too, because for some reason after the Camino, I took up running
Okay.
and and then I was like, oh, maybe I could like run the Camino. But then it's basically like you're doing a marathon every day, no? Because it's about 24 miles.
I was thinking about it, but like I'd have to prepare and all that. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
You would really have to prepare. It's not even like I think walking, it's tough when you don't prepare because I didn't. But I
Mhm.
think if you try running without preparing, it'd be like really insane. I feel
Might be
like
I could do it easily, so we'll just have to see.
okay. Yeah. I think or maybe you could do like a triathlon version. Well, probably no swimming, but like do running, biking. Um
Yeah.
that could be something, and maybe walking. You could figure out how to do that. We'll talk about that when we talk more about the physical. I would say you're very athletic, so we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you're like, yeah, I am. Okay. Now, something interesting. So you were very immediate to say that yes, you would do it again. I
Mhm.
agree. I would also do the same. I want to do the Portuguese way next, but a lot of people said that they're like, "Oh, I can't do the same thing because like it won't be the same experience," or um I would never do it again for other reasons. But I think that the way you're seeing is like I would just create a different goal out of it, right? Like I would just do it biking or do it running. Would you do it
Right.
walking again?
100%, yeah. I feel like it'd be a unique experience every time you do it because you meet new people and they're completely different than the people you walked with before,
Right.
and maybe they'll walk slower or walk faster or go walk, in a completely opposite direction to go see this little monument. Everybody's unique, everything's unique. It's not going to be the exact same, or it's not going to be special after you do it one time. So,
Right.
yeah.
And I think I like that perspective you have because I think a lot of people, their issue is they're like, oh, but if it's not the same, then I can't enjoy it. Versus for me, I'm like, I feel like I could do it again right now and it would be so different. And I wouldn't expect it to be what it was this last time. I would let it be what it needs to be in that moment, you know?
Yeah.
So that's good. Okay. So why did you choose to do the Camino?
Um, I didn't really know what to do for a while. I had just gotten out of the army, and so I was kind of just bumming around doing nothing. And then that's when my dad told me, "Hey, you should go walk the Camino," and that's what I did. And I guess and it wasn't like my own personal. Oh, I'm gonna walk the Camino. It was just had a little bit of a guide, you know. And
Was this your first time in Europe or no?
no, no. I've traveled around Europe a little bit. It's never anything like that. It's always been kind of like touristy
Yeah.
areas and stuff like that. I've never gone and walked for a month. So,
Right. Yeah. I did find that I think we did have a conversation about that a little bit
mhm.
when I met you. I'll talk more about that because I with you I actually have one moment I remember with you. And so I remember you told me that you're like, yeah, I don't know, I'm just here. And I always remember like you changing into your slides or whatever. And I'm like,
Really?
how are you changing into your slides right now? You're like, I'm gonna walk the rest of it. I'm like, there's 8 kilometers left. You're like, yep, see you there. And you would get there like 3 hours before me. Um, and I'm like, okay. I do I do want to talk about so with you, you came with your dad and then
Mhm.
you kind of found a group that you ended up really staying with, right? If I remember correctly, with like the three
Korean,
guys.
Koreans,
Yeah,
yeah,
three Korean guys, yeah. Because we met in Nahida.
yeah.
So that I remember really well that like I actually because I'd seen you and I had seen your dad like walking, but the most I had think I interacted with you guys was like Buen Camino. Um and then like in Nahida or was it before?
I think it was then because I've seen you before, and you would go and like we would be walking all day, and we'd finally pass you, and so me and my dad will talk. We'd be like, "How long has she been walking? Like, what time is? How long has she been doing this? You know?" Because we would
Yeah,
wake up right before they'd kick us out of the hostels,
right.
crazy and all that. So I remember seeing you like a few times before we finally spoke. Yeah.
Yes. And so, by the way, in the beginning, I was very slow and I kept getting lost. So that's how I really got to know everybody because everybody would pass me. So you guys were a marker for me because,
Right.
like, once you guys passed me, then I knew I'd probably be around halfway because I feel like you guys always pass me around halfway of the walk.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, it took you guys maybe like 2 hours, but it would definitely give me like I had already been walking like 6 hours because I would get lost. But I
I
remember
remember
like
that.
seeing, huh?
Like you went and walked into the woods for however many miles before
Yes,
you realized it was the wrong direction.
yes. Oh, I told you that. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. And that was the second day,
Yeah.
I think, because it wasn't even like
It was through the mountains. It was
yeah.
all foggy and
In the
yeah.
Pity I got lost. Actually, the whole first week I got lost. So it depends. But the first day I did get lost in the Pity I literally, you know where they have like the statue of the Virgin Mary?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was looking for that statue, but it was so foggy that I didn't see it that I actually went completely the wrong direction and had began to descend into the
Hmm.
mountains. And I was like, what the heck? Like this is so easy. Like we're descending. And then some guy in the car is like driving. He's driving and I was with a girl. And then he was like, hey, he was like, I don't know what language he was speaking, but I was like, what? And then I was like, peregrina. And then he was like, peregrinas. And I was like, yeah, he's like, not here, like, not here. And I was like, oh. And he was like, you need to go back up. So we had to, like, we were all like so happy because we were going down. We had to go up the mountain again.
Hmm.
And then I realized literally there was the Virgin. I just hadn't seen her. And then it was to go like forward because at that point, if you're walking, the Virgin is here and then you're supposed to go here. I had gone that way. So it went up for a little bit and then you went down into a different like town. So that was the first day. And then
The
I
first day?
that was the very first day, like from Saint Jean to Roncesvalles.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't, the first week was rough. I was getting lost for like 2 hours at a time. And then
Yeah.
I think it was Subiri to Pamplona was the day I got lost in the forest. Because I went up. And
That's the one because you yeah, I remember that.
and then I descended. And I remember one day I saw you, I don't remember where, but it was like we were walking down and I was like, it was hot that day. So I know it was the first couple days. And then
Hmm.
I was like wetting my face. And then you were like, it's not even that hard. Like, why are you slowing down? I was like, who is this guy? I was like, I've never,
Oh,
and
I
at
didn't
that
mean like
point, we hadn't even talked.
yeah.
You were like, it's not even
But,
that bad. Like, oh, are you hot or something? I was like, what? I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like,
it's
yeah,
to keep motivated, to keep you motivated to keep on walking, you know?
I was gonna keep walking. You didn't
Well, I
even
know.
trash talk me.
You like pumped. Oh yeah, it's not even that warm. I'll just keep walking, you know. I didn't mean like a douchey way. I just, you know.
It was really funny though, because that's when I felt like that's why I think when I finally saw you in Nahida, it was very easy for me to just like feel like we were like a group of friends because I
Yeah,
went with you guys and like we went to the pool and all of that. And
yeah,
like I would not have been so easily to do that if like we hadn't had all these little mini reactions where I'm like, bye. I'm like, oh, I just saw your dad or
yeah,
something. And I'm like, oh, because you walked backwards one day. And I was like, why are you walking backwards? Like you were coming back. And
yeah.
you're like, oh, something, something. And I was like, odd. And then I just kept going, you know? And then you passed me again and made it to the town before me. But like, it was just the first week was rough. And then I kind of got my stride a little bit. The
Mhm.
last time I remember seeing you though was, I think Burgos, or maybe,
I
yeah, I think that was it.
was that one of the bigger cities?
Yeah.
I think so, because you were gonna stay a few more days. Weren't you injured? Yeah,
So it
yeah.
wasn't that I wanted to stay. It was that they told me I had to because like I was really injured, so they told me I had to stay. So then after that, like I didn't see you guys. So I would only see like from your stories where you guys were at. And then I was
Mhm.
like, not these guys doing like double days. Because you guys ended up getting to Santiago. I mean, how many days did it take you?
It was 28
Bruh.
or 27.
Yeah.
20, I think it was 28.
I think you were about a week before me. Because and I still stayed with the routine, so I ended up catching up.
Hmm.
But you guys, I saw that you guys were there, and I was like, "What the heck?" Like I was in Sarria, and you guys were in Santiago,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, "Crazy." Okay, and so you chose to do the Camino kind of because it was something available to you, and you had the time.
Hmm.
How much did you know about it? I mean, obviously, your dad had done it. Had he shared with you like what the experience did for him? Was there a specific reason why he was like, "I think you should do it"?
Um, he just thought it would be good if I just walked and like peaceful and you're mostly by yourself thinking and a lot of time to just kind of decompress. But I didn't know anything about it. I didn't do any research. I was told I should prepare for it and like start walking every day, and I didn't, and that was really rough at
Mm,
first. Um, so yeah, no, I just figured I'd go and see how it is, see if I like it, and I did. I loved it. So plan on doing it again or similar things like that.
yeah. I loved it. I did too. Like as rough as it was for me, I
Hmm.
knew that I was like, oh, I'm doing this again. I'm hoping to do, there's a shorter Camino. No, it's not like the Camino, but it's a shorter like walk like that in Italy. So I'm thinking of doing that. I think it's like 7 days or 5 days, something like that. And I know there's one in Japan. So those are things like now I would like to try. I told everybody I'm like we should reunite or like re have a reunion um
Hmm.
and for the Portuguese because like so many people want to do it and I want to do it too. But I
That'd be
think I would do
like
it in two
go and
years.
walk together.
Huh?
So, like everyone would go and just walk together in the Portuguese
Yeah.
way.
I
That'd
mean,
be cool.
I think it'd be cool because, which I'm like, I think also the people that are interested were very, I like time. Okay, I am curious to talk about this. So in your group, right? Because you guys were all in a group, but then sometimes you guys weren't always walking together, right?
Hmm.
Now, I don't know. Obviously, you met all of them there because, but did they know each other?
No, they were all in the military.
Oh,
Some were captains and one was a corporal. And they just all kind of decided to. Apparently, it's like a cultural thing there. If you go on the Camino and have the paper that states that you walked from one end to the other, it's really good for like schools or jobs. So you just kind of give that to them, and so that's the only reason that a lot of them were going.
oh.
Yeah, it was great meeting them, and I do plan on visiting them.
I love that.
sometime. Going to Korea. Yeah.
Can you convince them to do the interview with me?
That's what I was thinking of doing. Yeah, I'm gonna text them.
Tell
See.
them, please. And then my thing is like, if they would prefer, I'm like, if they want to do it all together, I'll do it all together with all of you guys again. And it will be similar questions. I mean, you would have already experienced it, but if they're willing to do it individually, I would like that as well. I just
Mm.
don't know if they're not sure because, like, obviously I would do it in English unless they want me to do it in Spanish, but I can't do it in Korean.
I don't think I understand Spanish, but
Yeah, that's why I'm like saying it as a joke. So that's why I'm like, it would be in English. So I don't know if that's why, because I did send them a message, a few of them. I think at least one of them I know for sure.
mhm.
I sent them a message and then they didn't respond. So I was like, okay. But I think it would be fun for them to do it. And like, even as a group, you guys were really fun. I remember like Nahida was actually very hard for me. The
Mhm.
day I got there was when the day that I had to realize like actually I'm dying. And
Mhm.
I was really like a little bit depressed, I'll be honest, because it was like, oh, I'm weak. And I had to like admit that to myself and like accept that. And then to
Mhm.
have that day with you guys were so nice to me because I was walking really slow. Do you remember? Like you guys would all walk and
You're
I would
welcome
be like,
because your leg was all messed up.
I was like, "Uh-uh." I was just like limping a lot. And you guys were still like, yeah, we'll wait for you. Yeah, and that was very kind. So for me, I didn't really go to the Camino for a specific reason, but once
Mhm.
I knew I was going, I'm religious, so I was kind of like, okay, God, like I think my prayer requests around this is going to be I took petitions from the people in my town and stuff like that, but for me, I was like just show me how to be loved without having to do anything. Um,
Mhm.
show me how you love me, show me how you see me. And you guys, in all your little ways, like while we were still together, like did
Mhm.
that by being patient with me and like waiting for me and swimming with me. And like we even raced in the water, I think. And
Yeah.
then I remember I would find some of them. I had breakfast one time because they found me and they just sat with me.
Mhm.
And like, all of that like was very impactful for me. And so Nahida was really impactful because and then it rained that day too, and we just stayed there and chatted and drank calimochos and like cerveza con limon. It was such a nice day, and I felt like it was fun. I was like, I feel like I'm growing out, and I hadn't had that experience yet. I mean, we were only a weekend still, but I just hadn't found a group like that. And
Mhm.
so you guys ended up staying together, right? The whole time.
Not really, no. Some days we would wake up at different times, and sometimes we'd walk a little bit farther, or a
Hmm.
little bit like less than other people. Like one day, Kim had gone and he walked. What was it? Was it Pamplona? He said in Pamplona or something, and he didn't really feel like walking the next day. And we were already in the next city by that day, so
Okay.
we were gonna wait for him, and he walked like 12 hours to go and meet us. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Just stuff like that. We'd go and decide, and you know, make our own little schedules, but make sure we met up at certain places.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You guys did kind of agree though to meet up at certain points, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I saw you guys like form like a little family, a little brotherhood. Because that's the energy I got from you guys. Because each of you had distinct personalities. Because I know he left early every morning, like
Yeah,
clockwork.
yeah,
He was out. He didn't even look at none of y'all like to be like, "Are you up?" No, he was out. And then other of them took their time to rest because now it kind of makes sense. So all of you guys were kind of in like the armed forces in different ways. You guys had your injuries, right? Because you have like your issue with like your knee, and then I think another guy also had like a knee thing going on because he always wore like a knee brace.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and so I think isn't that interesting how like you ended up finding the other people who also had a similar experience?
Yeah, all three of them were military. But I think it's like they have to. It's like
Yeah,
conscription.
but I mean, your group could have been people that had nothing to do with the military.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
So I
Maybe
find
that's why
that
we got so close. We had something to relate to.
exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. I find that because you guys seem so united. I remember like seeing your guys' posts and stuff. Like it was truly like you guys were like we like you guys could understand each other. It was actually something so sweet. Um, okay. Um, Now for you, would there like any significant moments that you can remember from the Camino?
think we were in Burgos. Was that one of the big cities?
Yeah.
I think it was that one. And we stayed in like it wasn't like a hostel. No, it wasn't an albergue. It was a hostel, and super sketchy. And we got robbed.
No way.
That was like the best. I think the most fun experience because I woke up and my fanny pack like I slept with it like always on me.
Yeah.
The guy came and unclipped it from me and stole all my money and stuff and threw it in the trash. And then Kim, he had his shoes stolen, and we were freaking out. We're like, "Oh my God, no, we gotta find this guy, whatever." So all this drama the whole day and stuff, but everything got situated, and like I ended up losing some money, but it's part of the journey. Is It was fun. That was like
Wait.
one of
Whoa.
the most fun experiences, I think. It just happens, you know. Nothing you can do about it.
No, no, right, right, right. I just didn't even I
Yeah,
can't believe that in a
yeah.
way. Only because people seemed so nice.
But it wasn't like a hostel with other uh,
Pilgrims.
pilgrims. It was like there was some people staying there. They were just living there for like
Oh. Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, some guy just wanted some money, and he went and robbed us.
That's wild.
Uh, yeah,
Ugh, I'm so sorry.
it
That's
was
annoying.
like 40 euros. It's like
Oh, okay.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not even that. I just feel like getting robbed is such like a personal thing too, because you just feel like a little bit violated.
yeah.
But I don't know.
I thought it was funny after, you know, like there's
Yeah, it
nothing you
probably
can do.
was.
It's life. It is what it is. But that was definitely a moment on the Camino that I think about. Um, and Santiago when we got there, and we asked for these like large beers because we were used to like the large being, you know, like a little mug or
Yeah.
something. And the guy was like, "Are you sure you want large?" We're like, yeah, "What's this about? Like, why are you being so weird?"
Hmm.
Got large beers before, and he's like, "Are you sure? Like, you want a big beer?" And I was like, "Yeah, we want a large." It comes out, it's like this. It was like a gallon of beer.
No
It was.
way.
I'll find the picture or something, but it was big. It was a big beer. Yeah. And I
That's
was
funny.
struggling to like hold it up because I had lost so much weight on the Camino, and I was like sitting there for like an extra forearms. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, I also remember, was it Bercianos? Wait. Oh my gosh. Wait, actually, I can ask you a question. Oh my gosh. Okay, do you remember the day? I think it has to be this place. Do you remember there was like, I don't know if there was like a pool. I came really late that day, but you were there with all the guys. And
Mm.
then they had like little huts in this place. Do you remember what place I'm talking about?
Little huts.
It was like little huts on the side, and then there was like a pool here, and we
Oh,
were sitting at the table.
it had a small little tiny pool, and there was like it was grassy with the tables and stuff, and then they had like the weird little white tent look
Whatever. Yeah,
gazebo
kind
things.
of thing.
Yeah, I remember
Okay.
that.
Do
That
you know? Oh,
guy
sorry.
was knocking on the window. Do you remember that?
That's what I want to talk about.
So pissed because the guy kept banging on the window, and I got up after because I was scared. Like it was midnight. I think it was midnight or something, and I woke up to doo, 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 doo. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's just you
Wait, were
know.
you the guy who cursed them out? No freaking way. Wait. You do not understand. Okay. Wait, wait, wait. Okay. Wait.
You
This
didn't
is
know
like
that? I knew.
no, 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 no. Okay, 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 okay. Sorry, sorry.
Oh,
Let
you're
me
good.
like explain the situation so like people who are listening can understand. Okay, so we were all in a room. And like I think I don't know, there was 20 of us. It was like the bunk beds, it's the literas, it's the classic. Okay. And like, yes, it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then we heard like on the window like for a good amount of time, and like and then again like da 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 da. And then all I heard was like, because for me, I was like, also, if you remember at that time, I was already injured. So I couldn't, like, once I got up on my bed, I could not even come down. And like this is I remember that day because anyways, okay. So then it's so funny for me. You don't understand because this moment lives rent free in my mind to this day. And I think we'll now have even more because now I can visualize it with you being the one who's yelling. Okay, so um all I hear is like someone come down the stairs and then I hear like like towards the window and the banging, and then you're like I'm so sorry. Wait up. Okay, you were like, shut the fuck. Like, you're like, what the fuck? And then,
Yeah.
like, these people start talking, but they're talking in Spanish.
And I
And,
don't speak.
like,
Oh, I
which,
remember. Yeah, because I had like this like little sleeping bag. It was like a kind of. It felt like a sheet, but it
mhm,
was like a sleeping bag.
yes,
And I was in my underwear, and I was so annoyed. Like I just walked all day, and you're knocking on this window. I thought it was like some of the pilgrims, and they were locked out, you know.
right, right.
And I opened the window, and it was like these three fat dudes. They were laughing as soon as I opened the window. And I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" I was arguing with them. It was so yeah, it was not good.
So the reason why I think it was so funny is because I didn't know who it was, and I've always in my mind tried to figure out who said that because
Mhm.
it's one of the most because like your voice like commanded the room. It was incredible because you were like, "What the fuck?" And then these people were like, da, da, da. They started to speak to you in Spanish. I understood what they were saying. To be honest, it felt really sus that these people were like, because what they were trying to tell you was that they had a booking and that like the people at the front office were not like answering the phone, but that
Mhm.
they had, I think they wanted, I don't know what they wanted, but it was pretty sus. I didn't feel like I wanted to help them, but it was funny because I almost was like, whoever's talking to them obviously doesn't speak Spanish. So like maybe I should try to go help because I'm always like trying to be helpful. And
Mhm.
then you were like, shut the fuck up. And I don't know the way you said it. I was like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
It was
I was
like
like,
midnight. I just walked, and I don't know. Nobody wants to be hearing that. I know other people woke up too because I saw like it was dark in there, and I
yeah.
saw people like sitting up a little bit.
We were all awake, but we were all not trying to get involved. And it's so funny because I always talk about this. I've told this story millions of times to people while I was on the Camino and not, you don't understand like why this is so wow.
It was so
Okay.
cool because now like you were wondering who it was, and it was me the whole time.
It was you the whole time
Pretty
because
cool.
I never imagined it being you, but I always thought like I should probably ask him, and then I kept forgetting.
Mhm.
Because there was a French girl that was also in there, and like I talked to because I was like, "Hey, do you remember this?" Because it became one of those things. There was people that I walked with that I had started walking with them. So
Mhm.
one of the little sayings that I would say was, "What the fuck? Shut the fuck up." And
Yeah,
we
that's what
went.
I said. Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. Oh
That's
my
what
god.
you said. No, no,
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what you said because I can visual I can picture myself in my little bed like hearing that, and like I remember I was like gonna get up to like try to explain what the people were saying, and
Hmm.
then when you were like I was like I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and go to bed. Like it was so funny to me. So then I made this joke. It was like this running thing where it's like all these little things that happen. Like these people are coming to Santiago. They're making it to Santiago like with me. So you
Right.
actually went to Santiago like twice
Hmm.
because when I got there, shut the fuck what the fuck, shut the fuck up. Actually, it was like one of those things that like came with me and like made it to Santiago. And it's I have like little sayings. I wrote something. I don't have it anymore, but I wrote it and then I burned it.
Hmm.
But it was like little things that were sayings that I remembered from the Camino, and what the fuck and shut the fuck up was one of them. And it was my favorite because those men, I think they were trying to like do something sketchy.
It
And
was
then
super. Why were you out there? They were in jeans and regular shirts. They didn't look like pilgrims.
right.
And yeah, it was funky.
And
But
then so thank you for protecting us, honestly. And you were the only one who had like the guts to like go and say something about it because I think all of us were annoyed because it was going on for like 10 minutes before you had said something. I just wasn't sure if it was like someone doing it that was like an actual pilgrim or if it was like not it was happening somewhere else and like we just hadn't noticed or what. So I just
mhm.
remember hearing you like and then like they kept trying to say things and you were like shut up.
Yeah.
And then they like I couldn't see, but I could feel them being like actually shutting up because then they and then you like close the window And then this is how I remember it. You like close the window and then like you don't hear anything after that. And then you just hear like someone walking and like going up the stairs, going up the little ladder. So I always knew it was someone who was on the ladder, but I knew you were there and then I was up there, but I couldn't
Yeah.
remember the other
It
people.
was it was me here, my Korean buddy, and you were on like that far bed, but it was kind of like this way.
This way. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was yeah, because I thought like somebody was stuck outside or something bad was happening, and I didn't know what was going on for that long because I had just woken up to like I scared the shit out of me. I thought somebody was like breaking in or trying to rob us.
Right.
I came down in my tidy whities and I remember I had the like these tight little freaking green underwear, and they were like looking at me and laughing. I didn't probably didn't take me like seriously
But then
because
they did though, because they shut the fuck up. That was the thing is like the
yeah,
energy shifted because I think maybe when you first opened it, they were like, "Oh, LOL." But then that was the thing is as soon as you said what you said, they
yeah,
tried to explain it. You said one more thing. They were like,
yeah.
because I understood what they were saying, and you were like, "I'm not having it." And like so it just made me I just it was so funny for me. Oh my
I
God.
didn't know that like you were like that was just in your head the whole Camino. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. Wow. You've been in my it lives rent free in my I hear it sometimes still.
What the fuck? Shut the fuck up.
But the way you did it was like with unas like a force, a guttural force that came. Because the way you're doing it right now is you sound like cool. You're like, oh, what up? Shut the fuck up. No, no, no,
I
no.
was sleepy. It was like a sleepy. You just woke me up.
Yeah, I think you were tired and everything, and it came from your soul, and we all appreciated it. Honestly. So I that's so crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Wow.
You were just that was like your little quote.
It was one of them. Because I had a father yell at me, so his quote also followed me around. I had all kinds of different quotes, but that was one of them. It was the what the fuck, shut the fuck up.
That's pretty cool.
So that is cool. Okay. Other than the getting robbed, did you have a significant moment, maybe like emotionally or like a cathartic moment that you felt like you learned something about yourself?
Oh yeah. I don't remember where we were, but it was like more than halfway through the Camino, and I was with my group and everything, and we were kind of like we'd speed up and slow down, and so it was like a I don't know, we were within like a mile or two of each other, just kind of walking. And I went and I saw this little like shaded area, with like it was I don't know, it was like a little shaded area under some trees next to the trail. So I just laid down there
Mm.
and I didn't take a nap, but I was just listening to the leaves and everything. And I think I realized that that's kind of just what I need or what I want for the rest of my life. So that's made me want to travel a lot more. I plan on getting a van next year. I'm gonna go live out of a van for however long and just go visit like national parks and
Okay.
do whatever. So
You
that's
gotta
all right.
make sure you post your pictures so I can see where you're at.
I will. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah. So I can keep you in mind, keep praying for you. I'm like, you're even more significant now to me. You
Yeah,
are the what the fuck, shut the fuck up guy.
I'm that guy.
You're
Yeah.
that fucking guy, bro. No, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm meeting someone famous and I already know you. Do you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like incredible. Because I actually felt like this was another guy. There was an older guy who
Mhm.
I would see him every morning.
Mhm.
But mind you, I wasn't sure if it was like always the same guy. And sometimes I would talk to him in English, sometimes I would talk to him in Spanish.
Do they have
But
like
this
the
with the what?
do they have walking sticks?
Yes.
I know exactly who you're talking about. That's all I needed to know.
With glasses?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he leaves early
Mm-hmm.
and I leave early.
Yeah.
So like I we always see each other. And then it's funny because like when I started leaving, because I used to leave earlier than him, and then we started leaving at the same time, he would
Mm-hmm.
catch me before I would get lost. Like he would be like, "Hey, it's over here," because I'd be like, where I'm not supposed to be, and he'd be like, "Hey, it's over here." And then one day I was eating dinner, and he came to our table, and I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you," and he was like, "Nice to meet you," and he like spoke to me in Spanish, and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I know you." He's like, "You and your big old backpack with your bear in the back of it." And like he was like, "Every day I yell at you to make sure you don't get lost." Like it was, and I was like, "Oh my," I'm like, "Are you him?" And then he was like, yes, and today is my last day because I hate Sadia. I don't like to see all those people. He does it like every year. He's like, so I'm leaving. And he was like, so I'm like, oh my God, can I get a picture with you? I feel like you're famous to me. And he just
Yeah.
like laughed so hard. And then we took a picture. And I was like, this is incredible. I'm like, I never knew it was you. And he was like, why would, and then mind you, what I love about the community is people feel so comfortable with you because
Right.
he just immediately started like basically lecturing me and was like, why would you talk to me in English? And I'm like, he's like, some days you would talk to me in Spanish and some days you would talk to me in English. What's your problem? Can't you tell I'm Spanish? And I was like, what? I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. And then he like went into this whole thing. It was very funny though. So I love that old man. And I will like I can't forget him now. Cause I'm like, and he was like, I'm like, you witnessed my whole Camino. And he was like, I did. I saw you get lost. He's like, before I didn't yell at you. And then I got the confidence to start yelling at you because it was getting I was sick and tired of seeing you like get lost like every morning. And I
Mhm.
was like, this is hilarious. I'm like, this man has like protected me and he doesn't even know it. Okay. Um, just a couple more questions.
All
Sorry, there
right.
was like a fly. I wasn't like trying to hit you. Um, okay, so are you religious or not?
Something I've always kind of been distant with. I grew up in like a religious household and all that. I have a very religious upbringing,
Hmm.
uh, but it kind of fluctuates, you know. But I'd say yeah, just kind of struggling with religion and all that stuff sometimes. But
Hmm.
I guess it's normal. So
Yeah. So maybe for you, you would consider yourself like a believer, but not maybe necessarily someone who's religious.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
good way to put it.
Yeah. So the whole thing for me is the reason why I asked this question to everybody is because so I recently converted to Catholicism. Like I did it late in my life.
Mm-hmm.
My conversion started at 25, and then I didn't do my first communion until I was like 27.
Hmm.
Um, so I went to the Camino like really thinking that this was a much more religious thing
Right.
only to find out that nobody was really religious. Like I had this expectation that like, oh, this is a pilgrimage and it's like one of the oldest ones and like I'm gonna go and people are gonna be like super spiritual and like I'm just gonna learn so much about my faith and like it's gonna make me a better Catholic, only for me to like actually be the most Catholic person in like the two groups that I had. I always walked by myself. I don't know if you remember that. I was always kind of alone.
Yeah.
Because like I really value being alone and I like to be alone. Like I enjoy myself enough that I'm not scared to
Or
like
a
be alone.
walker. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, totally.
and so like for me, I thought like I'm gonna meet all these people and they're gonna be so Catholic. And then I'm
Hmm.
like, the two groups were like the people I would kind of have dinner with and stuff like that. I was the only Catholic person in that whole group.
Hmm.
So I understand that that's not everybody's experience. Other groups were like more heavily religious. It just happened to be the groups that I kind of ended up bonding with. Most people were not, and not even agnostic. I mean, some were,
Hmm.
but some were like not believers at all. And so I just like to ask that so that people, if they decide to go on the Camino, have an understanding that like not everyone is going to have the same beliefs as you. And actually, the majority, I would say, are not even believers. I think most people would trail more on the agnostic or spiritual side of things. So yeah,
Yeah, but like if people are worried about that, I don't think it really matters. It is technically like a religious pilgrimage, but it's mostly for like yourself, and your soul
absolutely.
and your brain and all that stuff. So if you're religious, you go on the Camino to strengthen your relationship with God by suffering and hating your life by walking every day. And then if you're not religious, then you go on the Camino by and like, you know, help yourself and fix your brain, have like a little reset by suffering and walking and hating your life every day. Doesn't make a difference. To
Right.
each their to each their own.
And that kind of goes into the next question. So that's my whole thing. It's like I think religion or spirituality, whatever like cup of tea you're drinking, it really
Mhm.
is only the lens that you're looking through the
Right.
situations that are happening. I don't think it actually like makes the situation, it just creates like a different parameters, right?
Right.
that being said, I do think that while you're on the Camino, I think it's really, really hard to like not have like there's a spiritual side to the Camino,
Hmm.
whether you are religious or not. And whether, I mean, even because it's like Catholic, right? Whether you're Catholic or not, I do
Hmm.
think the Camino is a spiritual experience. And I just kind of want to know like your thoughts on that, if you agree, if you had any experience that was like that affected you or kind of anything along those lines.
Yeah, I would say I had something kind of like that. Um, it's just freeing, you know? You realize that it doesn't have to, nothing's that serious, you know? Like you don't have any responsibility. It's just kind of, I guess, the way you were meant to live. You just walk and eat and do that. And you get sunlight every day, beautiful views. It's just good for like you and your soul and everything. Even if you're not religious, it's just healthy for you. It's good, you know? So I loved it. And that's definitely what made me realize like I'm gonna do it more and I'm gonna find other things that I can kind of get that high off of.
Yeah.
So pretty good.
Um, sorry, what?
Did pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I agree. For me, I definitely, I mean, I'm like the kind of person who I'm looking for that. Like I'm constantly in the look for God or the other, that is something that is very prevalent. So like even in my regular life right now, um, when I'm walking and I see something, it feels like, oh, what a blessing. Oh, what a this, oh, what a that. Whether like maybe another person would be like, it's a tree.
Hmm.
Like relax, So I think it's definitely about like whether you open yourself up to the possibility of that or not. But I
Hmm.
think regardless, like you said, because it's like physically and mentally you're doing something good for you, you're
Hmm.
walking, you're moving forward. I think changes are like inevitable. To reflect is inevitable. To learn things about yourself is inevitable. To push yourself to understand maybe like your limits or your humanity, I think is inevitable when you do something like the Camino
Yeah.
because you're being pushed to like the limit in a way.
You worded that perfectly, actually. So that's, yeah, I agree.
Thank you so much. Okay. So that with that, I also want to talk about like the physical side. So what I mean by that is you mentioned a little bit already that you were told that you should train, you didn't. I didn't train at all. Um, I want to know about blisters. Did you get any injuries? Do you think it's something that anybody can do? What would you tell people like to train, not to train? The backpack thing, the you walking in flip-flops or like in your slides. Talk a little bit about that.
I think everyone's different. Anybody can do the Camino. It's not about like rushing it, and it's not about having to finish it. You know, if you want to start in St. John and walk only like 100 miles, then that's your Camino, and then you can go back and do it. It's the whole point of it is to make it your own. You
Yeah.
know, however you feel comfortable, however fast or however slow you want to walk it. You don't have to train or prepare for it at all.
Mhm.
Um, Might be a little bit harder. Train yourself a little bit more, but honestly, like I saw so many people who I would have seen in like regular day to day life and never would have expected. Like, holy shit, they're walking the Camino. Like a lot of these older guys. I met some 84-year-old guy, and he was walking close to like 20 something miles a day.
The
Which is
German
insane.
guy?
Huh?
The German guy?
No, he was French, old French guy.
Oh, okay. I knew a German guy.
It was just like I never would have expected it. So to each their own. If people are ever worried about, oh, I'm not in shape enough to walk the Camino. You don't have to like the Camino is yours. You can walk
Yeah.
from this point to this point, and that's your Camino. You can always come back. It's not leaving. It's not going to go anywhere. It's the same place. It's
Right.
not
Yeah.
any different. So just make it your own, and I don't know. Don't worry. Like I see a lot of people too, and think like, oh man, they're walking so much faster than me, or I gotta pass these people. Or
All right.
that's like, I think one of my biggest regrets is like rushing it. I shouldn't have done it in 28 days. I should have taken a lot longer to walk it,
I
um,
agree.
to just enjoy it. But if people do want to walk it that quick, do it. You know, everyone's different.
Right.
It's your Camino.
Right. If we do the Portuguese, we will do the official so that we can take our time and enjoy. Um, just for me, because I mean, you were so fast. A lot of my memory of you is like you being like, it's like leaving me like, phew. And I'm like, all right, I'm halfway. Um,
I think my biggest regret though, because I should have taken more time to enjoy it, or I wanted to use a hammock and sleep out in the woods, but I didn't, or just kind of like I could just lay down in a field for a few hours and watch people walk by, but I was in a rush for no reason. So
well, maybe that's something you're learning about yourself and you can accept about you maybe at that time. And then the next time you do it, it allows you to have like a comparison of who you were then and like maybe your priorities, right? Because also like, and I think that's the thing is when you decide to be a part of a group, then
mhm.
like it changes the way you guys really move. Because when you're alone, I can just be like, no, I stay here,
Right,
you know?
yeah,
And I think that was a thing for me that I was really happy that I did
hmm,
because I was the tortoise. I think I believe I even told you that.
yeah,
Where I was like, I am the tortoise.
yeah,
It might take me 10 hours, but I'm gonna get there. And then you and me, guess what? We're at the same place. Like we ended up literally at the same place. And
yeah.
like I took my time, I got to breathe, I got to think. And like that was a really big thing for me, like slowing down because I'm like a go, 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 go kind of person. And like I
Hmm.
need to know what I'm gonna do and what am I gonna do next and what's gonna be. And I'm like, that's exhausting. I need to stop living my life like that. So the Camino was kind of like a way for me to implement these slowing down things that I've been doing in the last kind of 3 years of my life. And like, yeah, because you feel some type of way when everybody passes you. Because like everybody would pass me. Everybody, every day would like just zoom right by me. And I just felt like, my gosh, do I
Oh,
suck
might
at walking?
interview him too a little bit.
Who?
My dad.
Oh, if he wants to.
Like, bye. Que fazer um. Não, 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 chega, chega, chega. Não, pode, não, não posso, não, não posso, não. É mesmo? Lembra a mulher do Camino? Eu tô fazendo uma interview com ela. Oh,
Hi,
hey, how
nice
are
to
you?
see you.
What's going on? It's an interview for the Camino. For the Camino? Yeah.
Yeah, so if he's interested, we can do one another day. It's just they're pretty simple questions, right?
Pretty
And it's
simple.
just they're simple, they're about your experience. Of course, you can talk about the 1 week you had with your son, but if you'd like to kind of talk about the other ones, that would be very interesting for me as well.
About the Camino.
Yeah.
Like I
It's
just
so
don't I don't
interesting to see the two of you again. Sorry.
yeah. I mean I love it. So the first time that I did the Camino, I couldn't go. It was like March. I think it was March, so I couldn't do the Pyrenees.
Hmm.
So I always wanted to go back, and it was perfect because he wanted to go walking. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and tag along. It's supposed to be just for the first or second day.
Hmm.
Ended up being 7 days, kind of preppy style, but. Um, No, but as always, like I just absolutely loved it. I think that it's funny that this is happening because I was just thinking about how like when I go back, I'm thinking about just walking the Camino from my house in Porto and just walk to there again like in January, just because I'm already getting the itch, you know. I'm like,
But everyone's older on the Camino.
what's that?
Everyone is tends to be much older on the Camino. I felt like there weren't that many young people.
Um, well, the first time that I walked, there was a lot of young people. I think it was just the time,
Yeah.
like the time, like so during the summertime when they have the school break,
Hmm.
you see a lot more young people.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, because I met a lot of like really young kids. Like there was one that had just finished school, like high school, and then he was walking. There was one that had to go to the army, just like Mateus in the German. He's German, so the Germany army, and then he got out after 2 years. Then he was walking the community. So there's a lot of young people. But you're right. Like I think on the shoulder seasons, like like especially like after the summer when
Yeah.
kids go back to school, uh, no, it tends to be like old, like much older, not much older, but like older people.
No,
Yeah,
much older, I would say. I mean, my
yeah.
group were mostly people in their, well, the people I spoke to the most were like 70s, 80s.
Oh,
So
well,
so that's what I mean is like I was because I was surprised when I found other people who were young because I'm 30. So for me, like to be people were not really my age, they
uh-huh.
were older. So the people that I was with, especially in the beginning, they were 63 and the other one was 23.
Hmm.
So like
Oh, it's a
very different
big
in age.
gap.
Yeah,
Yeah, big
very
gap.
big gap. And so yeah, so I think but like if you do it from your house, that's like the official, that's like the way you're
Right.
supposed to do it.
Exactly how it used to be back in the days, except for they used to walk to the Camino and walk back home. I'm not doing all that. I'm getting a bus back.
You can take us back. That's okay. I won't tell
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
Um, no, because see, I can't do that because like I'm in Mexico, so I can't like walk unless like Jesus lets me walk on water.
Yeah.
I don't think I can. So I won't be able to. But
Well, you're more than welcome to come to my house and then walk from there too, whenever you want to.
there we go. Because he said he was interested in the Portuguese way. So am I, and so are many people. I would really like to do that. That's the next one I would want to do. I'm definitely open to doing the Camino Frances again, but I
Mhm.
would like to do the Camino Portugués because everyone says
That's
it's
great.
like very pretty. So
Yeah, yeah. So like in 2000, I think 2022,
Oh,
2019, I walked by myself. In 22, I walked with his older brother, and we
oh,
did the
okay.
Camino Portuguese. And it was funny because I thought that was gonna be like, oh, it's probably easier than the French way, but it wasn't. There was like a
Oh,
lot of hills. It was very difficult, like way
ooh.
more than I thought, because we didn't take the coastal route. We took like went through the
Oh,
to the
okay, okay.
middle of but it was amazing. I think that you will love it. Like I think that's definitely like will be good for you to be able to kind of compare, like the compare both.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, that's my, I want to do, I think, I'm planning to do, have you heard of the Walk of the Gods?
Is that the one in? Are you talking about? I know there's a walk in Japan, but that's not what we're talking about,
No,
right?
it's not the one in Japan. I want to do that one too.
Yeah,
And, but it's like once you do the community, you're like, where can I
I
find that?
know.
Yeah.
Hey, I know, and I thought like with Mateus, like it's like unless you're much older, like 60s, 80s, I mean, whatever, like that doesn't apply. But if you are younger, like and you do the Camino, like it kind of messes you up for life because you can never go back to like a 9 to 5 job and just the mundane. Like you're always gonna have that like the adventures that like that need to just go explore. So I completely like get you. Like I often be like search like through multiple day hikes, in Europe, so I can like find things to go.
So
So
I'll let you
yeah.
know. The one I'm looking into
Mhm.
is it starts in Bologna and you go to
Ooh.
Florence.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
Both of them.
just so you know, if you do look into it, you have to plan it before because it's not like the Camino where like you can
Yeah.
just you want to have all your hotels and everything planned
Oh, okay.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, that becomes so like how long does it take to do you
I
already
think
do the
it's like 5 days or 7 days.
overnight?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not bad. So that's why I'm thinking of doing it this coming year because I met a friend who lives in Bologna. So then we can start from his house. So I was like, that's a
That's awesome.
yeah. And
And
then I
just to
can leave
share
my
with
luggage there.
that's awesome. So to share with you too, they have like two really nice well they have a couple, like they have like the way to Fatima, like which is like
Yes.
in Portugal, but they also have like the Fisherman's Trail in south of Portugal that you can do in winter time because it's always nice
Okay.
down there. And then they have Madeira Island has like a one that just opened, Pico something,
Okay.
that is like another one too. So I know it's so many places, so little time,
Yeah, literally. I know. That's why I'm like, I think I just have to move to Europe for a couple years so then I can just do the
I
Camino whenever I want and go the
I
opposite.
know.
And then eventually I'll figure out where I end up going. Because I'm
Yeah.
originally from California. So I came and I moved to Mexico in the mountains because my family's from here.
Uh-huh.
And then now I'm like, oh, I think I need to like maybe go somewhere else. So I'm trying to see where,
Yeah.
and I would like Europe so I can like do the Camino, like just a
Yeah.
Saturday in my mind, just like go and do it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I we moved there in January to Portugal, like from the US. So if you have any questions and like anything that I can help you
Oh,
with in
okay.
the process, like let me know because like I'll share whatever.
Okay.
The bureaucracy is like I don't think there's any more bureaucratic country in the world. I don't think,
Okay.
but than Portugal. But it's pretty straightforward. You just have to wait. Like like once you're there, like you won't be like you have to wait many months for your appointment, but you are
Right.
legal while you're there, while you're waiting for it. So
Oh,
it's
okay. Yeah, I'll talk to you
yeah,
about that.
please. Yeah.
And I'll go visit you because when you once you're in like Europe, it's so easy to visit
Oh my
anybody.
gosh, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's like
Greece. So
that's what
yeah,
I like about it.
yeah. And
Um,
I'm sorry, I know I kind of
No,
ran short stuff here,
no,
but
you're good.
I'll let you guys finish your
It's
no this
good.
part of the interview thing.
no, it's
Because
gonna be a part of it because I did not stop recording, so
oh
it'll
sorry.
definitely be a
Oh.
part of it. But if you would
Well,
like to do one on your own, I'd love to do that because I would love to
sure.
hear yours. So we can I'll have Mateus give you maybe my WhatsApp or something and then we can set up a
Yeah.
time.
Sounds good. Absolutely. Sounds great.
Okay.
Good seeing you.
Yeah, nice seeing you too.
Bye.
God bless.
Yeah, fine.
I love that. That was fantastic. That was the best interlude like ever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And he was like excited. I was like, ooh, okay. All right. So we talked about the physical side. We're almost done anyways. I do want to talk a little bit about something that I remember in particular with you. Now, I don't remember where we ended up staying, but the town before was Los Arcos. I don't know if you remember that, where it was like we had all it was like it was one of the first in the beginning, and it was like one of the longer walks. And then
Mm,
there was like a rest stop, and then a big group of us, we all ended up staying near where the cathedral was, and we stayed there to drink until we did the last
mm.
long walk into the town.
Yeah.
And then you gave me a one of these. Do you remember? It's not this
Wait.
one. It's not this one in particular.
Oh,
It's
the
like
Tiger Bomb. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Tiger Bomb.
I
And
remember.
because I had mentioned to you, I'm like, yeah, I went to this town because you're like, my leg is hurting. I'm like, I bought this, and it was like some weird like fake Tiger Bomb that someone had sold me. And
Yeah.
I showed it to you. You're like, oh, Tiger Bomb is that what you're looking for? You're like, here you go. You're like, it doesn't even work for me. And I
Yeah.
was like, who is this person? Because one, you had always argued with me, and then you gave me that, and actually this saved my life, by the way. Not this
Really?
one, because I it did. Because so I was having problems with like my scarcioid. There's like the
Hmm.
muscle that runs down from your inner thigh to your hip. And then I was
Right.
having issues with my hip flexors since the beginning of the walk. And
Hmm.
so I was massaging it and I tried different things, but the Tiger Balm really helped me. So then I would use that and like so I need to thank you because if you would have never given to me, I wouldn't have found it because every time I tried to look for that in those stores, I never found it. So thank you because it saved my life because I was in a lot of pain. So my breaks would be like I would take 5 minutes. Sorry if you can hear my neighbor's dogs.
No, you're
Um,
good.
I would take 5 minutes and that I would do the massage, like starting at my knee and then like going all the way down and then
Mhm.
towards my hip. And like I would be able like, okay. And it really worked for me. I know you said it didn't work for you, but it actually really helped me. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for the. I remember you gave me the Vaseline for my blisters.
Oh yeah,
I never used it, but I did. I did appreciate the gesture.
thank you. I tried to teach you how to like take care of your feet, right? And
You
I was like,
did.
you need to do it like this. And you're like, yeah, yeah. And then I was like, I don't know if he's gonna do it. Ah, come
It's
on.
just like work, and then yeah,
It's
you
not
know,
that much work.
socks and rub your feet all up, and then put socks back on, and just let them sit there. And I don't like having like weird moisturized feet. So, what do you guys like?
My thing is like, I don't know why everyone says that. It does not feel weird. Did you try it?
Yeah, and I
Oh, and it
did.
felt weird?
I didn't like it. So I didn't. I didn't do it again.
I think you probably put too much
Maybe.
because you shouldn't be like squidging.
Oh yeah, it was like my toes were covered in them, and
Oh no.
yeah.
It should be like it's if like you're putting on cream, but then just like a little bit more. You need to know the right amount because if not, then I think it's just like I would be uncomfortable.
No, it felt like I did my feet in pudding and then put socks on.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, my by the end of it, because of the blisters I had, my
Hmm.
entire foot was like wrapped in tape, in cotton, and Vaseline.
Really?
Because yes, well, it's because like, okay, this was my foot,
Hmm.
right? This is my foot. Like we'll think about it like this. This entire part, if these are my toes, this entire part was a blister. Like my entire foot. I came home with a new foot. Like it was not the foot I had come with. That's not the foot I got home with. The entire skin had renewed. There were days where like I'm like taking off my sock and it was just like goo, like human goo, like yeah, and blood. And I was
Really?
just like, all right, time to take a shower and go walking tomorrow. And it really started that day in Nahida. That was when it really started to get really, really bad. And then once I had gotten to Burgos, it's when it was so bad that when I went to the doctor, they were like, "Have you been walking on this? How long has it looked like this?" And I'm like 3 days, 4 days. And they're like, "Oh my God, how have you been walking on that? Like it's literally raw." And I was like, "Yeah, but like I need to walk tomorrow. So like, can you guys give me an anti like microbial cream?" And they were like, "No, you need to not walk tomorrow." And I was like, ugh, how rude. So I ended up resting those days because even though the doctors were like, you actually can't and please don't. And so I had to stop. Okay. Um, two more things. So but that's how I remember how I met you. I talked more about it earlier.
Mhm.
But then is there any lesson? I get a little bit you shared, but is there a lesson that you feel like you learned about yourself maybe in the Camino? Either emotionally, it could be something very like, doesn't have to be something super deep. It can be if you feel like if you'd like to share that. But is there something that you learned in the Camino that you're trying now to implement in your like day-to-day life or your regular life?
Mhm. I guess more mental fortitude because you're walking, and there'd be a lot of days where I would say to myself like, "Why am I here? Like, why don't I just go home? This is stupid." But
Really?
you just gotta keep walking. Yeah, it sucked. Most days it'd be really rough because I'd be walking, and then my feet would hurt with the boots on, so I'd switch over to the slides, and then that would feel good for like an hour before it hurt. But I just, I don't know, mental fortitude, I'd say, just kind of sucking it up more.
And you feel like you're implementing now that into your kind of
Yeah, because you can do a lot more than you think you can. I'd start feeling sorry for myself, and oh, I'm in so much pain, but just one foot after the other.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's definitely something true. And that's something that I saw. And you know what? I wouldn't have even said that you always seem so positive. I will tell you that. Like you are a very positive force, or even with the people around you.
Mhm.
Like those guys, I think they gravitated towards you because you have that type of like energy. You're very kind and like you're positive. So even though maybe you were feeling that internally, that's something for you to really spend time and reflect on,
Mhm.
because you were like a joy to be around. Like I really enjoyed any time we ever had a like interaction because I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be bad. Like you weren't complaining because
Yeah.
I always tried not to complain, and I think that's why a lot of people once they finally saw my injuries were like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, but like we just have to get there and we're like getting there. Like I'm not gonna be here and be like, man, or like, oh, I got lost. Like I'm so mad because I felt like what's the point, you know? And that's something you have as well. And like I'm sure that's something you already brought with you from maybe your past experiences. Um, the other thing I'm going to re-mention about what you said yourself was that time of being in nature and having that serenity and having that calmness was something
Mhm.
that you said you knew that you wanted now in your life. And
Mhm.
so and so I'm just giving you that reminder to try to look for it and find it in your everyday life and like keep that true because I think that feeds us like mentally, spiritually, whichever way you want to look at it as. Um,
Right.
okay. And so thank you for giving me your time. I really enjoyed this. I don't know if you enjoyed it.
It
Um,
was great. I want to get my dad to do it, even if he doesn't want to. And I'm gonna text my Korean buddies and see if they'll. I want to see if we can do like all four of us in the Zoom.
we
And,
can.
um, I'll try to figure that out. I'll text him tonight and see.
Yeah, we can. And then you let me know. I'll work around. I work a lot, but
Hmm.
like I can try to find the time. And then, oh, you're in Central Standard Time, right? So for you right now, it's like about to be 5.
Yes.
Okay, so you and me are in the same time zone. So
Okay.
then, if you want to figure out the time, I don't know if this needs to be in the interview part, but like I'll talk about it with you right now. But yeah, we can do it all of us together because that would be fantastic. Because I think it'd be hilarious.
I think it'd be good. Or maybe, yeah. I was thinking like we could do it all like me and my dad, but I'd probably just do like all four, and we'll figure it out. We'll
It's gonna be like
schedule
30 people in the Zoom.
every single person we met on the Camino.
Yeah, no, which we could definitely do. I always thought about that of like doing a Zoom event for everyone to just like chat again, make different rooms. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if anyone would actually want to do that.
That'd be
Okay. So, thank you again, though, for so much for your time, because your time and attention is the most valuable thing that we have in this day and age. So, thank you for spending it with me, like a couple hours. I think it's been about an hour. I also want to tell you thank you so much. So, like I said earlier, a big thing for me that I went into the Camino was asking um, God to show me what it is to be loved. And
Hmm.
with the kindness that you showed me, the interactions, whether it was making fun of me or like making a joke or being
Yeah.
patient or waiting for me when I'm way behind everybody walking, all of
Hmm.
that was a part of my experience. And I thank all of you guys for it. And I'm thanking you right now because that's who I'm talking to. So I thank you for the kindness that you showed me. I thank you for yelling at those people at the window. Oh my gosh, that's
Now
incredible.
you know the mystery solved.
It's it's incredible. Like you don't I could write a whole thing about this now. Like this is amazing. Thank you for that. Okay. So last question.
Okay.
If someone wanted to do the Camino, what would be your piece of advice? This can be something practical, like bring shoes that are a size and a half bigger. Or it could be something more like, you know, emotional or something. I'll give you a minute if you'd like to think about it. But yeah, what would you tell someone that wanted to do it?
Go in with no expectation. Don't expect anything. Um, don't expect it to work out one way because 90% of the time it goes the other way. Like I thought I would be spending 2 nice little nights in Burgos, but I got robbed.
Ugh,
Stuff like that. So just don't expect anything, and find joy in whatever does happen. You know, we got robbed. I could have ruined my whole trip. I could have gone home.
yeah.
All this, But it is what it is. It's part of the, Camino. Shit happens, and it is what it is. So just don't go in with any expectations if you're going to go on the Camino, and just kind of go in open minded. That's what I'd say.
All right. Well, thank you.